Thanks as well to our officials ringside, and of course Peach Boxing, and to all aspects drainage for their support of tonight's program. We move on to fight number 6 of our card of 17 fights tonight, so it's going to be action-packed. 9, of course. Big ups to the fighters who have already been on the show so far tonight. Fight number 6, and the sweet times, as I say, brought to you by All Aspects Drainage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the ring corner first tonight. And out of Peach Boxing, fighting in the red and white, could you please make a welcome? He's the two-time current youth national champion, and this fight will be fought over 3 2-minute rounds. So let's give it up, don't be shy with your applause. It's free to give away. Here's Rook. Rook's somewhere in tonight, fighting out of the blue corner. Please make him welcome. It's great to have him in the ring today. From GladrapChannel Boxing, could you please make welcome to the ring, Kyan! 3 2-minute rounds of amateur boxing. Big round of applause, welcome Dean.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sweet Science 2, brought to you by Peach Boxing, GladrapChannel, and All Aspects Drainage. Here we have our 6th bout of the evening, amateur bout between Rook Weaver of Peach Boxing and Kyan Hand from GladrapChannel Boxing. This is fought over 3 2-minute rounds. Calling the action tonight, we have myself, Chop Chad Milnes, and with me, undefeated professional David the Great White Light, 17-0. 10 KOs, ranked 4th by the WBO. How are you, Dave? How are you seeing this action so far in this opening minute?
It's good. Rook from my stable, of course, but he's put in a few good body shots and was using his head movement and everything well, but we'll see what Blue has to answer back with.
That's right. Strong start to the round. He's come out firing. He's showing poise. He's looking for shots. He's picking them well to start this round, but I mean, it is early. Those 3 2-minute rounds, not a lot of time, but Blue's starting to put his foot down a bit more. Experienced professional in the corner there, Nick Charlumpus. So after this first round, he'll be grabbing a quick word with Nick to see what adjustments he'll need to make.
We both know Nick well, don't we?
Yeah, we very well.
Started in the same gym, all 3 of us.
Yep.
Northside Boxing with Peter Derrick.
A few years ago now.
Oh, nice right hand by Blue.
Yeah, well-placed right hand from Blue there. Kyan Hand. He's had a fairly measured start. He's kind of easing into the round. Rook came out firing. But Kyan's starting to find his mark with his punches there.
I think it's another classic case of trying to slow the fight down, get some control of it. When things are a bit more chaotic, Rook seems to be doing a little bit better.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The intensity and the drama of the round seems to favor Rook. But then Kyan had his moments. Again, that methodical, poised approach to the bout. And he started to find his mark in that later half of the fight. Started to find that right hand, pick his shots. We have our first break. Both boys receiving instructions for what they're going to do in that second round.
Blue's electing to stand while Rook chooses to sit.
How do you feel that? What do you prefer?
When I was back by amateur boxing, I wasn't very fit, so I was always sitting down. I hated it when coaches made me stand in the corner.
Oh, there we go. Oh, seconds out for the second round. Now, what adjustments are the boys going to make in the second round? Good shot there. Equipment malfunction there. Boaz Peach fixing the headgear. We're back into it. Vicious exchange here from both lads. Kyan there following up. Boys going for it. That wakes up the crowd. Rook there taking his foot off the gas, having a little look. Good exchange there. Rook leading off. Kyan there staying in the center of the ring. Left hook to finish that exchange. A little bit, make a complaint to the referee perhaps. Was that a push? Good exchange there from Rook. Backing out with his hands down, getting a little tap on the chin there. Don't know if they had the weight of his body behind it. Oh, good right hand there from Kyan.
He's been landing that one too, just throwing it straight.
Yeah, that right hand over the top. Is that, that low lead hand from Rook? He's copping a few of those right hands over that shot.
There again.
And here we go, Nick the Greek telling Blue to work. And go strong body shot there from Rook, following up with those two hooks. And sometimes backing out of those exchanges with his hands down, and he's been made to pay for it on a few occasions. Just as so, that right hand catches him at the end. Solid round two.
Both boys landing big shots.
Yeah, both boys had success that round. Hard one to call, Dave. How would you call that second round without being biased? Impartial, please.
Yeah, well, often when you try to not be biased, you end up being very biased the other way. But I thought both boys landed some really cracking shots. It's a really hard one to score, that one. I think Peach Boxing will be feeling the combos was definitely more towards Rook. I think the one-off punches and the simple 1-2s, Blue was landing very effectively. Yeah, you would say that. There's sort of two different kinds of work. Rook throwing punches in volume, and putting the punches together, and then Kyan landing some of the more accurate punches and sort of well-placed shots. Again, he's got that measured approach to this bout. Eating punches is what the crowd wants to see, though.
What are the judges looking for? Here you go, third round. Now, the whole fight could be riding on this third round. Wincing in pain a little bit, but he's been finding a lot of success. And Rook there, perhaps feeling a pain in his shoulder. He's shaking his left hand a few times, but he's been woken up by that right hand, and he steps in.
Seems as though he's hurt his left wrist. He's still shaking.
But fighting like a warrior. Grimacing in pain, but he's throwing back. Now Kyan is throwing back is probably the most aggression I've seen out of Kyan. He's perhaps sensing the opportunity here with perhaps the injury that Rook's carrying. Kyan is stepping on, leading off now, trying to take advantage of that.
Blue landing a lot of clean punches as Rook is...
And also leading off too. He's starting to be the one throwing the punches in bunches. Rook just a little bit hesitant, a bit reluctant to throw back, but both boys exchange now.
Very obviously a slowed down though, Rook.
They had a very intense round two. There was a few exchanges that were just non-stop. So yeah, third round they're starting to feel the pace of the bout. Exchanging jabs. You can start to see the pace of the bout starting to have its effect on Rook. His body language is starting to show a little bit of fatigue.
Both boys a bit happier to...
And here we go, 10-second clapper. Who's going to try and steal that last 10 seconds? There you go, Kyan firing back. Both boys exchanging right to the bow. Awesome bout, action-packed. Boys head to their corner.
Blue obviously did very well in the last round, but it'll be
Yeah,
interesting to see how the judges had the first 2 rounds. This fight could still go to Rook.
Yeah, those first 2 rounds. That last round, yeah, Rook he's had that injury, is grimacing in pain. Perhaps, you know, that affected him. And Kyan, sensing that opportunity, started to put his foot down, lead off, put punches together, and he had success. But yeah, it's going to come down perhaps that, you know, that first round, first 2 rounds. How did the judges see it? Did they favour the measured approach and some of those clean punches from Kyan and Blue, or did they like the aggression and the punches in volume from Rook in red? We go to Daryl Husband for the decision. How do the judges have it?
Rook trying to explain to his trainer what happened in that 3rd round. Didn't look like Isaac bought it.
My fans, the judges have scored this a split decision, and the victor comes to us from the red corner.
Very, very tight fight there, but the judges have awarded it to Rook, perhaps favouring some of his high work rate in those first 2 rounds. He might have edged it in those first 2, and just not enough for the judges to give Kyan that round from the last half of the fight.
It's always going to seem like you've been hard done by when you end on such a strong note after 2 tight first rounds, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, amateur boxing, right? 6 minutes, the judges have to decide the winner on 6 minutes. And, you know, and in 6 minutes of a bout, you know, it's not a really long time, so, you know, both people are going to be throwing a lot. They'll be fit, you know, they'll be sharp, and it can be hard to pick a winner because there's always so much work, especially in that second round of that bout. There were so many punches thrown from both boys. Both boys landed, you know, so it's hard to decide between 2. And it seems that perhaps those first 2 rounds did go to Rook, earning him the split decision in a close bout.